It's not lagging anymore.
So something about Cody Rhodes going to WWE.
Yeah, he signed with WWE.
Why?
I don't know. He's a weirdo. I guess. I don't know. My thing is just like Cody did all that, going to Indies, pretty much being a part of starting a new company just to go back to WWE. Like, what? Your man's. Sorry.
Not lying.
Your man's. Your man's gave up a EVP job to go be in contention for the 24/7 title.
That's not true. Nuh-uh.
That Vince gonna do him. Oh, he's gonna do him so dirty. He's gonna do him to the dirtiest of dirties. Like, think about it. Just like a couple years ago, this man took a sledgehammer and smashed throne. Talk about Triple H. Now that man gonna be begging Triple H to actually put him in a Intercontinental title spot, and I find that hilarious.
Cody has made multiple references to the WWE while he was in AEW, so regardless, that's going to be a thing in itself. We know that Vince McMahon is not a fan of being made fun of, and when he gets it, and when and if he gets a chance, he's going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Demoralize you if you end up in his company. So,
grab his competition by the throat.
I can only imagine the look of like shock and despair on Cody's face when he comes in and Vince McMahon pulls up the motherfucking Stardust outfit. Welcome back, Cody. I got some ideas for you. Yeah? What are you thinking? No. He put him on like Andre the Giant gives. No.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Cody. I saw what you did with your little company.
No.
Now I got something for you.
Ah!
Stardust. And you're on your own. No gold dust needed. Oh my God.
Stuff.
Like, oh yeah, remember that little stuff you pulled with the throne? We're gonna give you a throne. But this time, it's gonna be a star toilet. And you're gonna float around. Taking everywhere. Because that's what your little pissant company is.
Such a fucking terrible idea that I have no doubt in my mind that that's what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part about it.
Think of it. The stars is such good shit.
My thing is like
that man gonna have that mask again. He gonna be dashing Cody Rhodes again.
Oh God, with the motherfucking face mask to protect his nose.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, AEW smoking mirrors. Whoa, he going.
Why did he do that? Like, what? Because my thing is, right, he was perfectly fine in AEW. Did we like him? Not really. But, we wasn't going to like him in AEW. We wasn't really going to like Cody Rhodes anywhere for real. So it's like...
I never understood why people don't like Cody, though. Like, I don't get it. He's not like, saying A1 talent, but he's not trash either.
He's a very milquetoast kind of guy. Like he's not exciting enough for real. If you ask me personally. Oh God, what are we doing here? What's happening? Why are you?
What happened?
My Google Chrome is fucking up. System UI isn't responding. Why in the fuck aren't you responding? Like, what is your problem? Why are you doing this to me?
He's my young
At any rate, like it's just low key boring. Like it's like no matter how exciting he tries to be, he still winds up being some type of boring. And if not boring, it's just like it's not interesting, or he's doing some shit that like we've seen before that we could have lived without seeing again.
So you weren't a fan of the American Nightmare, huh?
Eh,
What about that neck tattoo he got? That really sparked something, right?
I don't think anyone's a fan of that neck tattoo, Kenny. Are you a fan of that neck tattoo?
I am not actually.
So why are you bringing tattoo?
Because people bring up the neck tattoo. I just wanted your opinion on it. That's all.
Yeah, for jokes, Kenny.
I just wanted your opinion. This is not trying to be a troll job. I just wanted your opinion.
I understand. Understand that my opinion goes along with everyone else's opinion of that neck tattoo, probably including his wife. Oh, that's another thing.
Right. Is she leaving too? Did she leave too?
I don't know, but one could assume, right? No, I don't think she did.
Hey.
Thank goodness, because they would have had her ass come back as Eden.
She'd have been eating and she'd have been doing ring announcing. Making his way to the ring. Sheesh. My stupid husband.
That's the crazy part about it. I can't even remember Brandy Rhodes as being a ring announcer for WWE.
Yeah, it was. She was kind of bad at it.
I can only imagine. Just
she did it one time when AEW, when everybody was catching the COVID-19, the arena was empty. And she did all right there, but it's one night.
Oh, it's like I can't really get down with that family as a whole. Like Cody, I think I know what it is. Cody be trying too hard.
Well, when your father's Dusty and your family history after Dusty hasn't been so, successful, somebody want to break the mold.
Well, that's the thing, though. Cody nor Dustin are like Dusty. And Dustin figured that shit out early. Like, that's the thing. Goldust, like, as a gimmick, was just androgynous, I guess you could say. But also, he took the shit over the top because Goldust knew that he wasn't going to be no American Dream after that whole natural bit in WCW. So he was like, all right, well, I'm going to take what they give my ass and I'm going to work with it. And boy, did he work with that shit.
Well, Cody did too. Like, he was doing Stardust and was doing the best he could. You know what I'm saying?
But he hated that shit deep down. So it's like, you can only do it so much when you really hate the gimmick. Like, creativity don't really start coming out. Like, with Dustin, he looked at that Goldust bit and was like, what the fuck? Okay. All right, so here's what I think we'll do here. You know what I'm saying? And the shit worked, and he had a nice long run with it. I don't know how he 100% felt about the shit, but there was a lot of creativity gone into that Goldust character, because you gotta understand, the man was supposed to be like a movie critic and buff at first, and then he started just getting real like weirdo with it,
bizarre.
With the whole BDSM and Terry walking him on a leash to the ring. Like, he just took things over the top with that character because there was a lot of room to go over the top with that character, especially during the Attitude Era, where it was like essentially the land of the lawless. So, and then when, we got back to the whole PG era, he gets electrocuted by like a motherfucking fuse box. And now you have that bit going on. That shit's hilarious. Then you have him with Booker T as tag champions. That shit was fun. So it's like Goldust in the WWE had an excellent run because Goldust knew that instead of trying to be like his father, he decided to be creative like his father. Cody, not so much.
Maybe that was his version of being creative.
Like to be the motherfucker that like everybody doesn't like you. However, you refuse to act like a heel, and instead you like are essentially tone deaf to crowd reactions. It's like a lack of creativity. It's like you can do that with anybody for real. You know what I'm saying? And it would be the same result because for the simple fact that it just doesn't work as a gimmick. Like we as wrestling fans already fucking hate that motherfuckers be tone deaf and don't listen to us. Because we're obviously going to be slaves to that company that we watch primarily. So we're not going to, leave it, but we're going to also hate the fuck out of it too. And all we want is across the board product where all of its inhabitants have gimmicks that everybody can, get down with. And no one could get down with Cody's gimmick in AEW.
I don't know, man. I kind of had hope for it after that cage match when he jumped off the cage. But then, people just wouldn't get behind it. I think if he would have came out that jump and slapped Arn Anderson in the face and just started talking about how, what I'm saying, his father was stupid for even wanting you people on his side because you people don't even know what you want. Probably could have said so.
It probably would have worked. But not even Arn Anderson could get his ass over. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, it's like, what do you do? Then not only that, like outside of AEW, he's, built his, I guess you could say, cult following because he was IWGP heavyweight champion at one point. But
he needed to go back and win that and take it to WWE and talk about how that title is better than any title in WWE.
We saw Mickie James as knockout champion at the Royal Rumble. That'll be the last time we see an out of promotion champion in the WWE because they don't really want that forbidden door open. They still want self-centered as to being the only motherfucking wrestling promotion in the universe to the younger demographic. But the younger demographic also got older siblings and parents that watch other promotions. So they're obviously going to eventually figure out WWE isn't the only wrestling promotion.
Mm-hmm.
I
would still love to see it, though. Like, you just need to bring that title and just start talking trash about every WWE title and hold that joint up.
I'll just never understand why WWE caters to the younger audience, but that should translate to, what I just said. Like, that these kids are going to eventually figure out, all right, wrestling has multiple promotions. It's not just WWE. However, y'all still want to, like, be PG and so on and so forth. It's like, I'm not 100% if it's mutually exclusive, but it just doesn't 100% make sense to me either. So
all we're doing is seeing the WCW era repeating itself. As it's split in half, you see the guys that just like both. And you can see they want to see what truly WCW fans. Like, I feel like besides from Austin and Rock and other people, I feel like you tuned in more to WCW back when it was hot. When NWO was running stuff, I watched WCW more. Like, if it was me watching those Monday Night Wars, I'd be flipping back and forth, and I find myself saying, "Okay, I'm just gonna stay on WCW a little longer."
So my thing was back when the Monday Night Wars were going on, me, Caleb, and Kinez were watching WWE primarily, and when WWE go commercial break, we flip over to WCW, see what's going on over there. If something interesting was going on, we stick along. We'll stick around. But if there wasn't anything that we, rocked with,
of course, we're going back.
Immediately switch back to WWE. So WWE was the primary show that we watched growing up, and which WCW was the secondary. I'm getting to the point in life where it's like I'll tune into Monday Night Raw and see what happens, but 9 times out of 10 it's a dud episode. There are those occasions, much like this past week, actually, where you actually have a pretty good show for Monday Night Raw overall. But Friday Night SmackDown, I can't bring myself to watch the entire episode. I want to see the women's division, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than the women's division, which is scorching right now, I can't get down with the rest of the show. We already know how I feel about Roman Reigns. Not to mention, that fucking shirt is stupid.
Listen, I don't know how to say this without saying what I want to say. Yeah, I know the shirt. I've seen it. I don't know how to say this without saying what I want to say. So I'll say this. I've been in that same mindset that you just described for a good 4 years now. And it's like, I think you were having a point when you were asking if I even still like wrestling. It was like, no, I still love it. I just don't love what's on TV. Yeah.
I get it now. I completely get it now. Like, but the thing is, the best thing smoking comes on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Honestly, let HBK run the entire fucking writer's room for all 3 shows, dog. Because
he might be taking a break.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
This overwhelming. Overwhelming. Watch. We're gonna know when he takes a break too.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna see the drop off.
Cause that's what creative just gonna try to.
He gonna send in somebody like Bruce Pritchard.
It's like Pritchard ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because Pritchard did a lot of the writing during the Attitude Era. That's my thing, right? And bitch about how problematic the Attitude Era was. But goddamn it, that shit was actually entertaining. Why? Because society loves the broken. They don't ever want to admit it, but they do. So you have the Attitude Era, which was an era that's probably going to be half the fucking bracket for this for next week's bracket episode. But all of it, well, not all of it. Some of it was a bit mortifying. I'll give you that. But a lot of it, a vast majority of it, was absolutely entertaining because it was more contemporary and it didn't seem, fake or scripted.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'll preface my say this. Y'all like to poo-poo on the Attitude Era and all the stuff that was happening, but y'all keep digging back to it. Don't keep going back to what we grew up on to keep us in. Yeah, I know y'all losing us. That's why y'all going back. That's why Austin's showing up in Mania. So I can't lean on Taker now. So y'all gotta find a nostalgia pop to get us to watch. And that's a good one.
But
I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah. Once it goes away, what you gonna do then? Because Rock already said he's tired of being a nostalgia pop. You're running out of choices.
He said that?
He retired. Yeah, he done. He's not coming back.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, he said he retired. He said what he really wanted to say was, hey, I know y'all love me as a wrestler, but I weigh way too much bag to be acting like I still want to wrestle for real. I love it for what it did for me, and I'll always be grateful for it and y'all. I appreciate y'all, my fans, for that forever. But this bag on this movie side, way bigger. Vince ain't touching this. I'm gonna stay right here.
And we're gonna get to that point where John Cena gonna get to that.
Yeah. Y'all running out of choice. Y'all running out of options.
That bag is, oh boy, he ain't coming back. And that's my thing. Like, you have these nostalgia acts come back because that was the best time for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's bottom line, plain and simple. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have these nostalgia acts constantly coming back, like Edge or Old Stone Cold or, Lita, because that was when wrestling was hitting. Y'all can't replicate that anymore because y'all have watered it down too much. And the people that constantly complain about these nostalgia acts coming back, well, I think they're dorks. All right, why? Because they're probably one of those motherfuckers with extremely low self-esteem that have based their personality on wrestling after the ruthless aggression era.
Listen, y'all blessed that Edge is back full time. Because for real, I tune in for him when I hear his name coming up. Y'all blessed that Brock is coming back because I gotta have somebody. But after y'all bury him in Mania, what y'all gonna do? Run out of choices. You think they're gonna pop to see Godfather wrestle in a main event?
No.
No. I love the whole train. Don't get me wrong, but he don't do that no more. So
at this point, y'all have stressed out. I mean, not stressed out. Y'all have utilized every option of nostalgia that y'all possibly could.
mm-hmm.
The well is starting to run dry because everybody's starting to get older.
Mm-hmm.
However, again, y'all can't recreate what was made during the Attitude Era. And it's even funnier that y'all are so unaware of yourselves that y'all can't realize that the thing that made the Attitude Era was the recklessness. It was the unpredictability for the most part. It was the lawlessness. Y'all have too many restrictions and rules to allow that. And because of that, your company is going to falter because of that. Because y'all trying to create a PG version of the Attitude Era, and you just can't do that.
And also on the other side of that coin, you wrestling fans that don't like nothing, don't like anything. You can't say nothing. You can't say this word. You can't say that word. You can't do none of this. Oh no, y'all being too graphic. The product sucks because of it. Because y'all so worried about everything else. But y'all can probably freely talk about that in y'all houses.
Again, low self-esteem motherfuckers that are offended by everything.
This is what you get when you grow up an Attitude Era child. Okay, you see this?
Like at this point, we're unfazed by a lot of it because it's watching the Attitude Era desensitized us to the wild shit that goes on. Like it doesn't bother us none. And there are a lot of wrestling fans that are like us too. But again, you have them new wrestling fans that want everything to be clean and believe in yourself and you can make it type of bullshit. And it's like, nah, bro, that shit don't move me.
I believed in myself for a long time before something happened.
Hey, I believed in myself for a long goddamn time, and it's like I don't want to see no superheroes and all that. But that's what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? What the PG era is essentially everything before maybe the new generation, where you have your superheroes and your villains, and sometimes they'll blur the lines like they did in the Attitude Era. But again, it just makes for a otherwise, what's the word? Underwhelming product.
To quote Vince McMahon, the time of people here is encourage you to say your prayers and eat your vitamins is simply passe.
Exactly.
And it's still passe.
It's still passe. Like, again, I understand you want to appeal to a younger audience. However, that younger audience have parents and they have, again, older siblings that were hardcore wrestling fans during the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression Era.
Those kids' parents were Austin's fans.
Exactly. So, like, as a parent, you're gonna be happy that your kid, is getting into wrestling, sure. But then they're gonna grow up to be motherfuckers that complain about, motherfuckers.
Attire.
You know what I'm saying? I hate when people complain about, bloodshed in wrestling. Like, bro, shut up. Just shut up. We want to see violence, nigga. Like, it's already bad enough that to everybody that doesn't watch wrestling, they think the shit's fake. Like, just outright fake. Like, since everything is choreographed and predetermined, the wins and losses, it's just outright fake. It's not real fighting. So you want to make it as real as fighting as possible, and motherfuckers be leaking in fights. So I love bloodshed personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
I came up in the Attitude Era, ECW era. Of course, I like violence and bloodshed.
I need violence, so I can show motherfuckers that don't watch wrestling and be like, you still think this shit real? This shit's fake? Like, I just it really bothers me. It really does, dog. Like, yeah, people complain about the dumbest shit, and the dumbest shit is what's most appealing. But because their hearts are yellow, they can't they can't take it, so they got to complain about the shit. You know what's fucking trash right now? Motherfuckers that act fake hard, and y'all just eat that shit up because y'all ain't ever seen a real motherfucker that goes hard. That's what pisses me off. So, shit.
This turned into a long tangent.
It did. I care less because, goddamn it, I needed to get it off my chest. I will say, however, that there are, certain wrestlers that have managed to transcend this, trash ass era. And they're mostly in the women's division. Like, honestly, you put Bianca Belair in any era, she's good.
Yeah.
Because she just has the talent, just in general. She can talk on the mic, she kicks ass in the ring, and she'd be like in a fucking anomaly in the Attitude Era, because in the land of 1 to 3 minute matches for the women's, you see a certain woman shine like that, they're going to want to see more of that shit. Or they're going to want their, the women in that division to do more. Probably not because Vince McMahon would be like, I need more sex. And it's like, come on, bro.
I need more shaking.
I need you to calm your ass down, dog.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake.
The shit, man. Like, that's just my bone to pick, for real. Like, y'all need to toughen the fuck up. And again, I understand we're in a more like I don't even know what to call this society anymore at this point, because y'all want mess deep down, but y'all don't want to like admit that y'all want mess. Like, you guys complain about this shit on a weekly basis or whatever, and then there's no solution that you really have for it. You just want to complain about it. I have the solution. And it's a solution that motherfuckers don't want to hear. Plain and simple. Like, I get certain wrestling fans that like I actually rock with. They complain about, the indie style wrestling, the 25, 30-minute matches with a whole bunch of like spots and flips and shit. I personally like that shit because it's like I like all varieties of wrestling, for real. Some more than others. But the whole indie thing, it's like I enjoy a good 30 minute match every once in a while. I can dig that. But these motherfuckers want big meaty men slapping meat. I can also get down with that. So I be inclined. I be taken aback when they like, we don't want. They say we don't want that backpack wrestling. We don't want that motherfucking that real hip hop wrestling.
Wow. You know what?
Bro, I want that real hip hop shit. I'm down for this real hip hop. Somebody was like, we don't want that Aesop Rock ass wrestling.
Wow.
that Immortal Technique ass wrestling. I said, y'all keep it the fuck up. I'll put on a motherfucking messenger hat backwards and upside down. And I'll lift the pants leg, you motherfuckers.
That's a shame. Bret Hart would be underappreciated in this era.
I swear to goodness, I put on these motherfucking ski goggles over my head like Big Pun.
Wow. Speaking of which, I played WWE 2K22 with Juan yesterday. We shared played it on the PlayStation 5. And it's actually a really smooth game. It's like, oh wow.
And the Hood Rat Boys, they've started tapping into that too. Like Luis just bought it. And he was watching, videos or whatever of it. He was like, dog, this show look good as hell. I may buy this shit today. You know what? I'm gonna buy this shit today. And literally, like maybe a few hours later, he was like, that motherfucker's downloading as we speak. I can't wait to get in the house. I told my don't even bother me today. I said, God damn, you covered all the bases too. So at this point, we just been talking about how we gonna like he gonna create his player, and finally no more Carlos Crawford versus whoever the fuck is on the roster. He finally get to dominate my ass, and I was like, good luck with that.
Listen, whenever y'all figure it out and you get a system, we gotta do a GM mode.
Yeah, we gonna start a stream or there's Luis is already setting up the start a gaming stream. So once we start getting up on money, like that's what we gonna start doing. And I cannot wait because these motherfuckers are clowns. Like that'd be fun. All of us doing like a if not a GMO, like a universe mode type of deal. So yeah, definitely. I'd be down for that. And Lou been like, Lowe's, you need to get this PS5, dog. I'm like, I know. Joe was like, nigga, I will get it for you. Just pay me back whenever. I'm like, I'm too prideful of a person to do that. So y'all just give me a month and we're gonna be in this bitch.
Pride coming before fall, son.
Hey, I don't give a damn. I've already established the fact that that's how I die. Pride. So it is what it is, and it be what it be. I've accepted it. Y'all should too.
Okay,
so
Vegeta.
You said what?
I said, okay, Vegeta.
I ain't that prideful. I just have my I just have my quirks of pride. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like it's from trauma, I guess you could say, but I don't like depending on people often because nobody does a better job than Carlos Crawford, if you ask me. So is it a matter of pride? Is it a matter of like confident arrogance? I don't know. But just bottom line, like nobody's going to do the job that I need done but me. So I just don't be inclined to or be ready to ask people for help. It's like I ask for help as a last resort, you know. But nah, Joe was like, "Nigga, I will buy this shit for you. I just want to get on the ball on things immediately. And I'm like, honestly, man, I probably will pay you back. So let's just keep on waiting for a little bit. Don't worry. It won't be a long wait. So, but nonetheless, Joe got the motherfucking PS5 set for my ass. He's like, get it while you can. I'm like, all right, bet. So we going it's gonna be lit. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Kenny.
I'm not.
Well, as long as you're not, that's what really matters here. All right,
let's go ahead.
let's start the show.